Welcome, my friends, to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial markets. This is a portfolio update, and I've actually uploaded already this week some more deep dive analyses of two gaming companies, 11-Bit Studios and CI Games, both from Poland. So I recommend you to check them out if you want to understand a little bit more in substance those gaming companies, because here I'm mostly going to show you some numbers, I'm going to show you the charts, and I'm going to discuss a little bit my opinion about those recent stocks. Alright guys, let's start. Let's jump into market value of my overall gaming portfolio. So those are only my gaming industry stocks that I have, and I have Microsoft in, and I keep it in because Microsoft actually is a player in the gaming industry. And the fact that I have 1/4 of my gaming portfolio in Microsoft, and that it went well for Microsoft, doesn't change that I also see potential for the other gaming stocks in the future. So overall open win losses is right now minus 5,000. So this is the value of the stock portfolio right now, but I'm overall with the positions that I sold over time, I'm in the plus of like $2,000. So you see, even with some total losers like Unity and Corsair, I'm in the plus right now. So on Friday we were closing 0.45% up. So, and of course there was Christmas holiday was in between, and there especially European markets were closed. So all right, guys, so let's jump into it, and let's have a quick overview here. Microsoft, as I said, yeah, it stands at 170%. There's nothing to say. I think it is a gaming company, but of course it's a software company. It's a major software company. It's a big company, so but we keep it there. So CD Projekt here, very quickly, it's now 16% of my overall portfolio size. I'm quite happy with CD Projekt. If they would even fall again a little bit more, I would actually consider buying more CD Projekt. Also, I'm going to upload a video where I go a little bit more in the numbers, but of course for CD Projekt, we have to watch the space with Witcher 4 and the new Cyberpunk game. And there is a new Cyberpunk game coming, and Witcher 4 is coming. So I think there's a lot of expectations for this company. It's my opinion, one of the most important companies. And Cyberpunk actually, in my opinion, guys, so my personal opinion, has been one of the most important games of the decade until now. So we are getting into 2025, but and Cyberpunk came out in 2020. So good to see now 11% up. Take-Two also finally up. So now I wish I would have bought more Take-Two when they were much lower, but also the anticipation and the positive perspectives with regard to GTA 6, where we don't get any information at all, also pushing the stock a little bit higher. American stocks doing obviously much better at the moment, so we also have to keep this in the back of our mind. So Ubisoft on Friday closing 4% up. So I'm trying actually Ubisoft to evaluate Ubisoft, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult to find a fair stock price, fair stock value for Ubisoft. This goes from 0 to €3 and something like this. So obviously this doesn't make sense, but that's a problem of the different forms how you evaluate or how you assess a company, how you try to find the fair value of a company, especially when it comes to gaming companies, when it comes to software companies. This is not so easy because sometimes they don't make money, like Ubisoft at the moment doesn't make really. So they have a revenue, but they don't have a net, let's say, net income, or the EBITDA is actually not really. So they have a lot of debts, they have a lot of debts, and this puts it all into the negative. So therefore we have a problem with valuation, but we can check out the chart. So overall, I stick to Ubisoft, to the stock. So I mean, I'm in the minus now, so I still have optimism that we're going to see a better year for Ubisoft. But of course, this all depends then on Assassin's Creed Shadow. They put a lot of effort in this game. It looks good, the gameplay looks good, but it still has the problem with the main character, where they lost a lot of goodwill with a huge part of the gaming industry. But let's hope this will not affect the majority the majority casual gamers that would normally buy a Ubisoft game. But I know the majority gaming community, how I call them, so mostly the male gamers, they're overall okay with it. And then you have, of course, those that are a little bit more right-leaning. They see it as a problem that the main character is not Japanese. So CI Games right now 12,000 shares, my friends. 12,000 shares. That's something. That's something, guys. So CI Games. So I have more or less now almost $4,000 or euros in CI Games, something like this. Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah, for let's say $4,000, and I'm positive on CI Games, guys. So when they're going to fall more, I'm actually planning to buy more CI games. If they just go up from here, hey, I'm just more than happy, because I could even imagine that we get some nice surprises here. But also here, fair value for CI games, it was a bit easier to calculate. And I also recommend you to check out the specific dedicated video I made for this. So please, CI Games, check it out. Check it out. No recommendation whatsoever. You do what you want with your money. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. You know this. I'm just discussing here my portfolio, but I think this is worth to have a look at it. So, Pull Up Entertainment, Space Marine 2 was a massive success. I mean, we have to admit this. So, Pull Up comes from very bad values on the 10 years we were at one point. And so finally, so we're accelerating a little bit in this 20 euro, 22 euro, 3 euro place where you would say, so okay, do we have a chance actually to break out to the top? So very difficult to say at the moment. I mean only one good game is not sufficient, so Pull Up has to pull up more games. So obviously, so then we have Square Enix in the positive again. So they're also, they're not really growing a lot. So with Square Enix, I'm a bit reluctant actually to add now more. So I guess this is a good position for me for Square Enix. Embracer going to have a reverse stock split soon. So what did I read? I think so 5 stocks become 1. Well, that's the amount of financial engineering that Embracer is putting forward here is incredible. So you can say it's good or bad, and if it would at least create some value for investors. I mean, sure, someone now bought Embracer at 15 Swedish krona. All right, so you made 100% of your money, but most investors didn't buy it at 15 Swedish krona. They bought it higher, and they all in the minus. So let's be honest here. So therefore, I'm happy I have not invested more in Embracer, and I do not plan to invest more in Embracer. Hey, but you again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want. Frontier development, unfortunately, I was up like almost 150% at one point, so they came back. So this is in pounds, British pounds. So just let it run right now. Let's see how the next month develop, or next year. Digital Bros, there is some positive momentum there. Also here, difficult to say if the stock is undervalued or not. It's definitely, well, let's put it like this. When you use the different valuation calculations there, it's Digital Bros is not undervalued, but then again, Ubisoft, you would say, yeah, it's 0, so 0 or 3 years. So and Digital Bros was something like 5 or 6 years, but this can't be correct. So therefore here you have to look a little bit more how you imagine some sort of a growth company when they start to sell more games again. So but I think I'm sticking here to my position, so I'm not going to sell or to buy more. Paradox Interactive in the positives, nothing to say, around about 2,000 euros. Tencent, so Tencent not doing anything here, not adding, not selling, just leaving it. Unity Software, I wish I would have sold long time ago. Same for Corsair. So I just hope that now that we see some of the small and the medium caps stocks actually in the US rallying. So that's my hope, that I get a little bit more out of those companies. Is it going to happen? I don't know, guys. I mean, the overall market in the US was incredible. The S&P and the Nasdaq, they were incredible closing this year, and I made a lot of money in other companies. Obviously, my majority of my money is not here in the gaming stocks; it's in other companies. So very disappointing to those two companies, but I can't. I don't wanna sell them now. I'm just holding them. The position now is 1,600, 1,500. It's a too small position in my overall portfolio that I would now really change something here. But do I want to add more? Also not really. Now you can say, yeah, but if you would not buy the stock now, why would you keep it? So this is a nice motto that people say, but yeah, I have to reflect about it. Because then I would sell it probably now because I wouldn't buy more. Then I would sell it now. So all right, but mostly I'm wrong with my own prediction. So because I don't have the crystal ball and I have the same non-knowledge like anyone else in this in the stock market. 11-bit, I bought a little bit 11-bit as you can see, right? We were getting to the $1,500 here. So averaging a bit down. So averaging a bit down. 11-bit has been really treated badly now by the stock market for no reason. I'll leave this aside. So I think there with 800 800 to Polony Slotty, they were definitely overvalued. So yeah, but maybe I'm buying a little bit more if they even fall more. Playtika was at one point. I was break even. Now we fell again. I really have to look into the numbers of Playtika. I think I'm a bit confused by this stock. I think it's one of those stocks where you could see a massive gain in very short time, and then probably I'm going to get out of it. So Team 17. Unfortunately, yeah, this is not correct. So it has an extremely wide spread, since it is now kind of a penny stock here, really a penny stock in the UK market. So it's 10% up, 10% down. So let's say it's 10% minus now for me, keeping it like it. Nexon, like it, would even buy more if it goes down. Capcom, love it, would buy more if it goes down. And I wish I would have bought even more Capcom. Then we have Playway. Yeah, at the nice level now. So I'm looking into Playway. If you're interested in Playway, so please let me know. Then I make also a dedicated video for Playway. Everything there is in Polish, so I have to use a lot of translations and AI summaries to get through this. But kind of stable right now. Bigben. Wow, it hurts, guys. It hurts so much. What shall I say? Bigben, Nacon. I'm not saying so much more about those stocks, but French companies in general, French small and medium companies, big issues right now. Remedy coming back nicely. Now at 14 euros, so that's in Finland, so it's in euros. So maybe I'm adding a little bit to Remedy. Let's see at what point it's interesting. Nintendo, great stock. I'm very much surprised that Nintendo made it. To come out so, let's say, yeah, with such a strength actually. So Nintendo is kind of volatile normally, but since the Switch came out, they're really just growing. So great. Starward Industry, I don't like the new game, I have to admit. So I don't buy more Starward Industry. I think it's a way too small company. Obviously, market cap is extremely small. So it's for me now a very small position under 500 euros. I'm not selling this right now here. But yeah, something can change very quickly. But uh, it's really ultra high risk. So please just ignore the company. I cannot by any means give you any positive elements here. ENAD Global, also big down for me. Ultimate Games, big down for me. Those and DontNod Entertainment, Thunderful Group, Starbreeze. So those are actually loser companies. So I guess those are companies at one point I simply have to sell them because I don't see any future. DontNod Entertainment is an interesting one. I would hope they have a turnaround, but see, look, my position is now 90 euros worth. So I could buy now, let's say 500 shares to add nicely up. So I would average down greatly. Do I really believe that DontNod, a company that since they went IPO is just moving down, that they come back? So guys, nah, why would I think this? So all right, so stock charts again. Again, CD Projekt here. Let's just look at the charts. I know it's a bit repetitive because first I talk about my portfolio and now I talk about the charts, but yeah, why not? So why not? So Fibonacci retracement. I hope we can hold ourselves up here because that's a very important 220, 250, 250. So that's very important. So 150, 200, yeah, 200, 220. So something around this. I think it's possible that we keep hold ourselves a little bit longer here, and I expect them actually to go a bit lower. Therefore, as I said before, that I plan actually to buy some more when they get lower again. So this chart looks like a decent chart. So decent chart, like it. So Snail, I sold Snail at $2. I sold Snail at $2. Look here, I sold Snail here, as you know. I sold it here. Then it went back to under $1 and now it comes back up. So I have no idea why they come back here. Well, I told you already in my Snail video why they went up there in the first end, but that they come back again. So big trading issue, big trading here. Okay, extremely volatile. So, next time it goes down, then everyone says, now I buy. It doesn't mean it goes up. So here is pump and dump in the game. So don't ignore it. Don't buy it. Playtika, this is Playtika, as I said. So overall, the stock over the long term doesn't look good, but can we find some bottom? That's the big question. If I look at the 1 year chart, so this could be from a mere technical point of view now interesting to see a little turnaround. So yeah, maybe I'm thinking about adding some more, but I have to go a bit more into detail of this stock. So market cap 2.5, PE ratio 11.62. And income statement revenue positive, stagnating positive, net income even a net income there. So I don't know what's wrong with this company, so I have to go a bit deeper. That's the stock chart of DigitalPros, also 167 market cap, small company, obviously. Look at this. That looks like a bottom. So that looks like a bottom. So fair value is lower than 11 euros, as I said before. But chart looks good. But sure, can fall down again. So it depends a little bit what happens in Europe now. Nacon, nothing to add here. If maybe it's really like the 50 cents we are stuck now, 65 million market cap. Maybe there we go up from there. Remedy, yeah, yeah, they're kind of stabilizing here around the 13-14 euros, as I said. So interesting. So if they're really stabilizing here, so the top in 2020 before the COVID crash, and then we had this bubble. Looks not. I mean, it's just technical. So look in the fundamentals. So Paradox. I assume stock would go down now, so probably then it goes up because I'm always wrong. Square Enix. Here, 5 year chart. Stable. Trading sideways. So this is a stock you buy 4,500 around there, 4,600, 700. You buy, and then it goes back to 6,000. You sell. So this looks like in the last 4 years this was a trading stock, but it never really managed to get a new high from 2020. So I don't know what needs to happen. What is the catalyst for this company? Bigben, same like Nacon. We are at the lowest we have ever been. 23 million market cap right now, guys. A PE ratio of 112. I think I have to crunch that number here a little bit. But I have the impression they don't even want to survive. I mean, a stock that is like crashing like this, do they even want to exist? Is anyone I'm just speculating here, hypothetically, of course. Is there someone in this company that wants this company to disappear? I mean, that's the big question you're going to have to ask yourself. Beautiful Nintendo chart. Here we should have bought, guys. Almost 1,000, 10 bagger almost. Here we should have bought, guys. When Resident Evil games were getting successful. Here we should have bought 10 bagger. So, Japanese company. So, Nexon, interesting. Trading sideways. Looks a bit like Square Enix, trading sideways. But if you trade sideways, then you can make a short-term trade. Maybe it works out. But also have to 50% down is also always a possibility. Frontier development, building some bottom line, that's okay. Penny stock, as I said. Embracer, this is Embracer. Yeah, talked about this. So do nothing here. Anticipated adjustment, reverse split, as I said. Yeah, I mean, when they're going to also to make a reverse split into 3 companies, it can go in any direction. So if you have small position in ENAD right now, so if you don't want to have to do anything with reverse split and splitting 2 companies, so maybe then just get out of it and never think about it. DontNod Entertainment. They had a low at 30, and they had a low here at under €1, and they came back. So what does it really mean? So guys, I don't know. 15 million here also. 15 million, guys. So I mean, they bring Lost Record. The next game is going to be Lost Record. So I here a pump can happen. Here this is one of those stocks where you can also assume a pump happens and then bam, then it goes like to €2, and then everyone like, wow, what happened? I didn't expect not to pump, but it's not sustainable. Question is, there needs to be something sustainable going on. Team 17, 5-year chart here, max chart here. I'm happy. So I have an order in. Did I say I have an order in? Yeah, I told you already. So yeah, Starward Industry. So looks like it's dying. Pull Up Entertainment. Good chart, like it. Bluebird. Yeah, Bluebird. I'm not invested anymore. So I sold at 22. My mistake. Bluebird was a stock way more resilient on the release of Silent Hill 2. I expected that the investor community was having high expectations on Silent Hill, but they didn't. Actually, they were kind of nonchalant. They didn't care really. Therefore, very interesting stock chart. So good company from the stock chart perspective. I mean, look at this, under 1 Polish zlotys, and then they started to rise like this. Wow, absolutely wow. So probably I have to get back in at one point, but question is when. Playway talked about this. Very nice stabilizing. My fear is that we break through to the downside. So therefore buying now, and then you break here to like 150. This would hurt. This would then definitely hurt. Therefore, I have to look a little bit the numbers. CI Games. Look, guys, I like the chart. You know my opinion. I made a big video about this. Ubisoft. Whew. Oh my god, Ubisoft, yeah. Ubisoft. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done the fundamental analysis on Ubisoft. I should just look at the chart, because when you look at the chart, everything looks much better. If you make the fundamental analysis, but then you cannot really look at the assets, or you cannot really look what the IPs are worth. So you just look at some sort of enterprise value, then you come to a terrible price for Ubisoft. But of course, they have some assets and they bring new games. They have a back catalog. So I stick to Ubisoft. I like Ubisoft. So plain and simple. CI Games here with the Fibonacci retracements. I guess I was drawing the Fibonacci retracements here in a correct way, I would say. So this the yellow part is the part that we will stay probably for longer time. So for 1-2 years. So very long term. Yeah, Sega Sammy, guys. Look at this. What did I read? There was some news about some sort of service subscription model now. Fine, go for it, Sega Sammy. So here, 24. This was the moment, and people didn't invest. So, but I assume Sega Sammy comes back. Look at the chart. So, looks more like they come back. Atari had some numbers out. Let's see on the 5-day chart here. Low to 10 cents. And then, back to 12, 13. So you have to imagine this every time like 20, 30% if you find sellers and buyers. So probably the volume that traded here on Ethereum is extremely low. So most probably, even if you trade it on a popular platform, you might not even find a lot of sellers. So it's a French company. It's a French company. But here this is the OTC, American American stock. I don't know. No, not interesting for me. Bandai Namco, Bandai Namco, I have them with 300 euros in the plus, not in my investing list, because investing has a problem with Japanese valuations, so it completely mixes up my list. So therefore, I'm also invested in Bandai Namco. So happy here, also long term, very interesting stock. Electronic Arts, Electronic Arts is a winner. Electronic Arts is a winner, as you can see here. It's a good chart, is a winner. Take two, yeah. So I expect them actually to go a bit lower, except they would now release GTA 6 and it would immediately be a massive success. So yeah, expect Take-Two to come back a little bit to the means, obviously. All right, guys. So I think with that, I'm leaving it here. Again, long enough video. Some double elements, but I know you appreciate this kind of videos, and if you also appreciate more deep dive valuations, because I really wanna get better into looking in those gaming companies, then please, my friends, check out my other videos. Help me. Comment, like, and share those other videos as well. Help me to improve my channel here. So that's I think we could create something very big here together. So it's not just me, but also your input. I really like it when I get those comments where people also question my theses. Also tell me, so Microsoft, you cannot have Microsoft there. Absolutely fine. So, and I kind of agree with you, because it makes my performance, it completely mixes up my performance. But that's how it is in investing. So in the end, you have to look at your overall stock portfolio. You have to look at not only in our gaming portfolio. So even if I'm down with the gaming portfolio, with my overall portfolio, with all my different assets, where I also have some Bitcoins and I also have ETFs and everything. So you have to look at this portfolio. And if you are in the plus, then all the time you invest into learning more about the financial markets, then it made sense. Then you learned something. So if you invest time, you want to get money out. So, and if you after 5 years dealing or reading, watching, studying investments and in financial markets 5 years, and then you're still in the minus, so then probably do something wrong, especially if you underperform let's say an S&P 500 index fund, or if you the MSCI World in general, if you underperform the MSCI World, an ETF or MSCI World, then probably you should just invest in an MSCI World. So therefore, always invest little amounts, small amounts, and my opinion is diversify. Other people have another opinion, but that's absolutely fair enough. So I'm more a conservative investor in this sense, because I also have to take care that my money is not disappearing completely. So I cannot make those big bets. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.